Welcome back to the channel. So, previously, we done our character creation in episode 0, of course, and then in last episode we went on to race through Minrathus, I think it was called, Minrathus. I can never remember the name of it properly, but we raced through there to try and stop Solus. Of course, didn't go well. And Varric got injured. At least he was injured, not killed for once. And we conversed with Solus in the Fade, so not too bad. So the plan now is to basically have a look around the lighthouse area. That's what this dream world is called, as you can see in the right of the screen. Let's come here. That, I didn't understand at first, but I did accidentally work out how you open that door. Some of the areas open up on their own as you progress through the game. Some of them are puzzles you have to complete.
Rook, you're awake. And we're...
in the Fade.
This is where people come when they dream, but dwarves don't dream. And somehow I'm here.
That is a little bit that I do
unreal.
love about the lore in this game.
Nev thought we should talk
Dwarfs cannot dream.
about what to do next.
We should. But maybe look around a little. We might be here a while.
Because basically the way it works is dreams are connected to the Fade. That's how like everything's all linked and everything. But because dwarfs are classed as children of the stone and everything, they are not part of the Fade. They cannot connect to the Fade. So the way that works is you cannot have a dwarven magic user. So for instance, Divinity Star, where I completed the game with Lewis as a dwarven spellcaster, I wouldn't be able to do it on this. I could only be a rogue or a warrior, which is an interesting take, and I do like the idea of it. Right, let's have a look. Exploding arrow. Yeah, let's go for one of them. Right, so if I just quickly... It's not going to let me do it just yet. There we go. Right, so this is your skill tree. And each one is connected in a way to your factions, like I was explaining in episode 1 extremely badly. So, your duelist is your anti-fen crow. Steel blades. Your saboteur is the Lords of Fallen Fortune. I've got to replay Lords of Fallen actually. They sort of behave like an artificer, wherever you pronounce it, from D&D, where they use ancient or can come up with weapons and stuff like that. So dwarf would be a good choice for that kind of thing. As you can see there, he's using like a machine gun. An ancient machine gun that you can throw. So that would be an interesting choice. And then you got the Veil Ranger, which is like your bow. And this is linked to the Veil Jumpers. And it, like I say, it's your archery and stuff like that. So, again, like I say, they are linked. And I'm not sure what I'm going to take this one down. I am going to grab that. What's this? Precision riposte. Yeah, we're gonna go for riposte. Okay. So I'm just reading something quickly on the computer that's popped up. Nothing serious, thankfully. Right, so let's go speak to our companions now. As you see on the side of the screen there, it's just come up telling you content marked with time dialogue icon will disappear.
Wisps. Figures are in the fate, but I swear they're following me.
You all right?
Strange place you've fallen into, but I'll work with it. You know me.
Do I?
I know Varric wanted you for the job. You know the same about me.
I made a call that got you injured right after we met.
I'll be fine. You trusted me for the job, and I delivered. That's what counts. If we're stuck in this, let's hope you can trust me again.
Yeah, you can romance in this game. We'll go with I do.
Of course I do. We're a team.
Is this how fast you trust anyone? Should I be touched or worried?
You take a lot of notes. What about?
Lately, what we know, or knew,
I'm not
before
sure
Solus
what
changed
route
the
I'm going
game.
to go down with
And it's...
these characters.
Not much. I'm sure Lace would
this
hate
character,
to hear
so-
that, but one step at a time.
Okay. So step one is figure out what we're chasing.
Right. And the 20 other questions that need answers...
That's step two.
I can see why Varric brought you on.
We've just got to start somewhere.
Yeah, right. I don't know if that come through. Mom's just shouting out something. Right, we'll go talk with Harding, then I'll quickly show you one of the puzzles you have to do in this to unlock one of the rooms.
It wasn't supposed to go this way. What do we do now? What do we do?
Harding?
Oh, hey, Rook. How's it going?
Did you ever find places like this, chasing Solus with Varric?
Not exactly. But with Solus, it was always about the Fade, or the Veil, or some other in-between place. Varric always hated it, though. At least this place feels different. Maybe... safer?
Harding, are you doing all right?
I don't know. Are you? Is anyone? Anyway, doesn't matter how I'm doing. What are we gonna do about this mess?
Shoot an
We were
arrow
going
at
to
it.
go back through the Illuvian, right? Let's start with that. As soon as we can.
You know you can take some time to just...
Now you sound like Varric. Varric and I started this. And I can't stop. Not now. Don't ask me to. So, come get me when you're ready to go. Alright?
Yeah, typical dwarf, stubborn. Right, so that's her done. Right, so I'll show you the puzzles. The first puzzle. A little bit convoluted, but at the same time, it's not too difficult. So you remember I've looked at a note by that door, and it said about the three must face in a meeting kind of thing, 3 separate meetings. There's another statue over there, so what I've got to do is, when game decides, here we are. To enter the library passage, 3 parents must meet face to face. What you do, you turn that one. That one.
Must be 2 more.
I might just go like round from this side. There's just one down here, if I remember off the top of my head. I know I only done it a couple hours ago on my maid, but and there's one down there, as you just saw. Let's drop down here. So I say, it's not difficult, it's
That's
just
the second.
convoluted.
1 more to go.
It just requires a little bit of exploration. There we go, let's go up here, climb up there. It's not that side, is it? It's the other side. There we
Okay, that did something.
go. Simple enough puzzle, to be fair. Yeah, and what that does, it opens that door there. So if I approach it, there we go. It's the music room. Memories of a duet. Flawless crystals. Anything else in there? Yeah, one more thing. Gold. Right, I ain't got a clue how you open that one yet. I think that might be like later game content. But, alright.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Hey, Varric made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks. We all did.
And now Solus is gone. And we're here. Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the Lighthouse.
He did? When?
Let's see. Let's go for straightforward.
In my head, Solus showed up while I was out cold to gripe about us breaking his ritual.
He's mad about us destroying his ritual?
Sounded like it. When the ritual went wrong, he ended up trapped in some kind of prison.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Solus can speak with people in their dreams. Even kill them.
I'm not in danger. He can only barely reach me. I bled a little when I got knocked out.
So Solus is using blood magic, like any normal mage would to play with your mind.
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
Putting together a nice ritual doesn't make him a god.
Now, this is where some of your extra conversation choices come in. If you play as a mage, you get one reminding her that both you and her are mage and you should know better. But because we're playing as an elf, we get this one.
The gods of my people were incredibly powerful. I don't mean they were powerful like a skilled mage. I mean they destroyed entire cities. They shattered mountains. So no, they might not literally be gods, but they're a lot worse than whatever you're thinking.
All right, well, we've stopped the ritual and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything, but we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had 2 of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elgernon and Gillenane, 2 of the ancient elven gods that Solus rebelled against.
What I would just do.
Solus warned me about them being evil, which is pretty rich from the guy who just tried to tear down the veil.
You don't believe him?
No, that's the problem. I do believe him. He said they were horrific tyrants.
Tyrants so powerful, elven history remembers them as gods.
Solus says Elgernon and Gillinan drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have two. And they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to get out there and stop them.
Just like that. We're down a man without Varric. We can't just rush in.
I know you're hurt, Nev, but the rest of us need to do something.
I'll be ready to fight when it's time, but we need to investigate, then figure out what we're dealing with.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
If Elgernon and Gillinan are worse than Solus, we don't have time to waste. We need to act now.
We don't know what they can do or what they want. We don't even know if Solus is telling the truth.
I'm not saying we go in blind, but this time, if we see a shot, we take it.
All right. The last place we saw them was the ritual site.
The Illuvian took us here from the ritual site, instead of back to Minrathous.
Then let's hope it takes us back.
Nev, are you okay to go?
It's a headache. I've worked with worse.
All right then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
The Illuvian has its own special room. It's just down the stairs.
I will say, compared to when they bought Andromeda, thankfully they've not made the same mistake with the character facial models. The fact that they got a adult SFM creator to do the modelling, it's a bit worrying. If I remember correctly, that's what they did, because they had to go and remodel everything. Not played Andromeda for ages. But those were faces that would stare into your soul.
For all we know, there's a dozen demons waiting on the other side of that Illuvian.
If it even takes us back to Arlathan.
Nev, you sure you're up for this?
Don't worry about me.
I do like Nev, actually.
Shall we?
Let's do this.
She reminds me a bit of a Ivy from Soul Calibur, the way she holds herself, just without the extras,
It's
shall I say.
quiet. Well, isn't that a surprise?
There's the ritual site. But if the gods really did get out, they're not here anymore.
Right. Let's take a look around and see if we can find any...
Cut it down!
I'm trying! It's not working! I can't contain it! Strife? Irlin? It's me, Lace Harding.
Harding? What are you doing back in Arlathan?
It's complicated.
I can see that.
Rook, Nev, this is Strife and Irlin. Varric and I met them when we first started hunting down Solus. They're veil jumpers, experts in ancient elven magic.
Hardly experts. I should have been able to shut that artifact down. I'm sorry, Tarith.
It's not your fault. Since the sky ripped open, the magic's been surging. Bunch of artifacts that had been dormant for centuries started coming alive. This is because of Finn Harel's... sorry, Solus's ritual, isn't it? You all were supposed to stop him.
We did stop him. The sky's not pulling itself apart anymore, is it?
But
But it didn't go as cleanly as we hoped. Solus got pulled into the Fade and two somethings got pulled out. Or someone's, I mean. Two of the Evanuris, Elgernon and Gillenane.
Mathalanast.
the elven gods of old, the Evanuris.
If they truly have returned.
Then things just got a whole lot worse.
So Elgernon and Gillenane are loose, which means what?
Trouble.
You thought Solus was bad. He's a bit of a bastard, true. But next to them, let's just say they weren't known for their kindness.
There's a reason Solus led a
I'm trying to
rebellion
think who's
against the
crazy.
Evanuris, and a reason he imprisoned them.
But now they've escaped.
Tareth is in bad shape. We need to get him back to the camp.
We've still got dozens of Veil Jumpers unaccounted for.
How can we help?
We need to find Belara Luther. She's the best there is at working with our ancient artifacts.
And also at blowing them up.
She was off looking for another artifact before this ritual shook everything loose. If anyone can get a handle on all this wild magic and the artifacts it's setting off, it'll be her.
Right. You get your friend back to your camp and... we'll find Belara.
Okay. We'll go for story.
Stay with the Veil Jumpers. Harding and I can handle this.
Is that so?
That's so. If you're not at full strength, you're a liability we can't afford.
Fine. Your call.
We'll meet you back at the Veil Jumper camp. It's just south of here.
Belara's out near some elven ruins to the west. At least she was 3 days ago. I'd start your search there.
Good luck, Rook. And thank you.
Yeah, things definitely didn't work out as planned. Alafran? Don't ask me to try and pronounce fantasy names. I can barely speak English half the time anymore.
Is it me, or is there something strange about this fog?
It all feels a little off. Like everything shifted a little bit.
Right, let's have a look.
Is that suit of armor moving?
Yep, and he wants me.
Great hit, Brooke.
Very nice.
Gotcha. Oh, people. Where'd you come from?
Belara? Belara Luther? Strife and Ireland sent us to find you.
Who are you, exactly?
Call me Rook.
Lace Harding.
Protocol is to wait a full week before they send anyone out to look for me. I've only been gone 3 days.
Well, the situation's changed. For the worse, unfortunately. Our gods, Elgernon and Gillenane, they've escaped from Fenharal's prison. And by all accounts, they want to destroy the world.
Oh, yes, that is very much for the worse. Okay, wait. I need a second.
I've had a couple of days, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
It does sort of explain a few things, though.
Like what?
The surge of raw magic in the area. These artifacts started waking up a while ago, but in fits and starts. One here, a couple there.
Sounds like more
Then,
work.
a couple of days ago, the sky split open. And now, raw magic. Thick as fog. Only a god, or gods, could have done that. There's something kind of exciting about it. And dangerous. Really dangerous. Dangerous enough that I was gonna head back to the Veil Jumper camp, but...
But what?
See that shimmer? That's a veil bubble. It's separating us from the rest of the real world, so to speak. You can only pass through it one way. Once you're in, you can't get out.
I think I'd prefer to stay in one piece, yeah.
Right, me too. But I think I can find a way out. A bubble like that? There has to be something at the center that's generating it. Something powerful. If we can find it and remove it safely,
Final Fantasy /
the bubble
Monster
itself
Hunter
should
vibe.
collapse.
And then we're back in reality?
I really, really hope so.
Well then, let's get going.
Yeah, getting some big Final Fantasy 14 vibes.
I've been trying to get to the artifact at the center of the
So,
bubble.
let's push
but
on.
These magical constructs keep getting in the way.
We've handled our share of demons. A few dozen more shouldn't be a
Try and
problem.
collect what you can
Spirits,
along the way
not
as well.
demons.
It's
They're
both
animated, those suits of armor. The
tradable
armor's attuned to the
and
artifact
some of it
to
can be
protect it
used
from
for
threats.
upgrades.
Threats like us, I'm guessing.
Now there's a little spot hidden way down here that I'm going to show off. They do hide a lot of like different things for you to find, like lore pieces, gold and even chests, like equipment chests, which I'll go into in a minute.
Is that water just swirling into the air?
We call that kind the whirlpool. The anomaly, I mean. Never seen one this size, though.
Barely legible now. Construct broke my leg. Veridon took a blade to the gut. We can hear them above us on the bridge. Once they leave, we'll make a break for it. They can't wait for us forever, right? Now, I've not been really looking at the lore. If you do want me to actually sit and show the lore off as we play, just say so in the comments. And I will do in later episodes. Just come up here, grab this. Let's push on. Yep, valuables can be sold to vendors, and they can also increase the strength of the allies depending.
Demons! Right where we need to go.
Let's deal with them quick.
That's not too bad.
Behind you!
Yes, you can actually knock enemies off ledges, which is quite useful in a fight. I mean, I've done it through a big enemy the other day, and the warrior playing as much wolf. It's quite funny to watch, actually. Show this off then, so you can actually tell your allies to do different abilities to different enemies. Endurance, precision, and okay, what are we gonna go for? That would be useful. What's this one? Reign of Decay. Okay, and that one is Pilfer. I'm going to go for that one because that's going to be useful. Basically, if you didn't read it, what happens is you do a kind of like grappling hook move, pull yourself to them, and then you pull a health potion off them. And it adds bleeding to them as well. So that is going to be useful as we play through the game. That's actually quite an interesting ability because you don't
So
really
what is
get.
this artifact we're looking for exactly?
I have a couple of theories, but
You get healing
nothing definite.
abilities,
We might find some clues in the ruins,
but
though.
they are more. Yes, I'm doing this the Dark Souls way. Just dive into them. They're more like you've got to do damage to them, stuff like that. Right, look under the compass and you can see that there's a chest icon and it's glowing. Well, it should be. It was glowing just before I mentioned it. Bloody game from it.
I don't usually see elven ruins that haven't been
That
picked over.
shows where
Not many
when
people
a
come
chest
this
is
far into
nearby.
Arlethin. Just veil jumpers, mostly.
And people trying to save the world, apparently.
And the way that basically works is you get equipment differently to how you would normally. So put that on. It's not randomized. You'll always get the same. You'll always get the same equipment from these, as far as I know, because I've always got the veil jumper levers from there. But yeah, there are hidden chests around, and they've got stuff like weapons, armor, appearances. Now the way appearances work is you've got a wardrobe where you can do a
What was this
transmog
place?
Could have been a temple,
on
could have been
top
where they stored
of
food.
your
Judging by the sentinels,
outfit at the time.
it's probably something important.
So there's all that you can do. You can also change your character's look in the mirror.
I've
There's
never
a
seen anything like this.
mirror that allows you to change their
Is
look. You
this-
can't change their
No,
race.
it can't be. Not here.
Can't be what?
We have to get over there. The artifact we're looking for must be inside.
Yeah,
It
so you can't
almost
change your
feels
race
like an
or gender,
armory,
but you can
or
change
something
your
like
look.
that.
your
What's
skin
an armory
tone,
doing this far
hair.
out?
Warlords.
Stuff like that.
Ancient elves had a lot of them.
Pop into here. There's some stuff. Flawless crystals. I'm trying to work out what she actually is. Is she a mage or a... It doesn't give you companions yet. I'll have to have a look later. We'll just do this next little bit.
Are we just supposed to jump across?
Oh, no, we can make a bridge.
And then
There should
we
be a
will
power
cut
crystal
the
somewhere
episode there.
nearby.
Got it.
Bring it over here and slot it in.
You'll see a lot of these in anywhere that's got elven
There we go. Easy.
ruins.
That's a great trick.
Because the elves in this are similar to what the Druma were
A
in
resonance amplifier. It's drawing magic from
Elder
the ring temple
Scrolls.
to this area. I
you
need
know, the
to shut
dwarves
it
in
down
the Elder
before we
Scrolls
can go
that were
up the
made
path.
extinct. The
But doing
elves have
that
a
will
similar
attract
kind of
anything
thing, if you
nasty
can
that's
tell.
hanging around.
We're ready.
So you can tell your companions to interact with certain things to achieve objectives or break new entrances into areas and stuff like that. Moving. Ow. Let's deal with this while I've got dealing with it. I'm not sure what precision actually does. I don't know if it increases the damage of your attack. That's a little bit there.
Ranged attackers!
Nice and simple. Ah, here we are.
The
Yes, you
last
do
of the
get
magic energy.
pickups.
That
But
should
like
be
I
clear
say, it's
ahead.
not weapon pickups and such. Okay, this is where I'm going to call the end of this episode then. So, next episode we're going to progress further into the wildlands to try and find the temple. Like I say, the game is definitely different to what the originals were. In a way, I'm glad because it's a nice change. I mean, what they did with Inquisition, it wasn't bad, but it felt a bit too repetitive at times. So this more fluid combat's definitely a improvement. But for the moment, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all again next episode.